Hey guys, Tola here on Thursday, January 8th, 2015. It's also Throwback Thursday, so we're going to bring you back to 1987. But first, a couple of celebrity shout-outs. Happy birthday shout-outs happy birthday to Stephen Hawking. You guys know he's 73 today, the English physicist. They made a movie, Theory of Everything. Really enjoyed it. Go see that. David Bowie. Hey, Queen. Remember he did this song Under Pressure with Queen. Love that. He's 68 today. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un is 32. And Elvis, the king, would have been 80 years old today. I mean, My Way. What an awesome song with it. Hey, let's give another celebrity shout out. I want to go right over to Kaylee Cuoco Sweeting. I mean, you guys, we did a quick thing on her recently, but she had to apologize for an innocuous comment she made about feminism. She was perceived to be anti-feminist. I mean, I think that's ridiculous. Talk about getting your shit together. Come on, people. Got to get your shit together. I mean, what she said, okay, well, you can go check out what she said, but this is what she had to say in response to that. She said, I'm completely blessed and grateful that strong women have paved the way for my success along with many others. I apologize if I offended anyone. If you're easily offended, you got to get your shit together. Hey, and on that note, why don't we go around the globe for the latest news? We're calling this first one, Holy Snakes in the Toilet, Batman. Did you guys hear about this? San Diego, an office building, an old office building. It's the old city hall where a 5-foot boa constrictor came crawling out of a toilet. Can you believe it? At Vertical PR and Marketing, one of the partners, Stephanie Alaska, she was with a plunger. She said the water level is high. She was going to plunge it out, and then she sees this flickering tongue. I mean, that's crazy. The building was built in 1886. Of course, there's some old pipes, but how the hell is a boa constrictor? Well, anyway, the good news is Animal Control came and they said they're going to find it a new home. Well, I hope they just find it a home with a Cantonese family, because if they don't want to keep it in the toilet, they can turn it into snake soup. Hey, on that note, let's go to the second story. We're calling it It's My Life. Now, this is interesting. We're going over to Connecticut, where a teenager, a 17-year-old, they're calling her Cassandra C. She's been undergoing chemotherapy for 3 weeks against her will. Yeah, check it out. She has Hodgkin's lymphoma. She was diagnosed in September. And after she missed a follow-up appointment, the Connecticut Department of Children and Family Services contacted her thinking there was some neglect going on. No, there was no neglect. She didn't want to get chemo. She didn't want to get chemotherapy. It's her choice. Well, anyway, she was removed from her mother's home. They started chemotherapy. 2 days later, she runs away for a week, comes back, and she says, listen, I don't want to put poison in my body. It's her choice. She's very bright. She has a clear understanding of her medical condition. Look, 85% of those treated with chemo recover and live, and the others, well, we know they die within 2 years. I mean, hey, this is her choice. So there's legal maneuvers to stop the chemotherapy because now they're giving it to her. They put doctors surgically implanted a port in her chest to give her the chemo, but she doesn't want the chemo. Hey, this is her rights, people. Let her have her own rights. Let her make her own choice. It's her body. It's her being. Okay, she's 17 years old. So what? What's 18's legal? Give her the right to choose. I mean, that's my opinion on that. All right, next story, we're calling it Je suis Charlie. Everybody knows there's an outpouring of unity around the world about what's happened yesterday. We talked about this yesterday, the horrific lunchtime attack by these two terrorists, two brothers in Paris, right? They attacked the offices of the satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo, which is, hey, great outpouring of love and unity. And this is the words of Jon Stewart, right? He said, very few people go into comedy as an act of courage. It shouldn't have to be that way. I agree with John. And Conan O'Brien said, the tragedy reminds us that although we have the right to poke fun at the untouchables, people are forced to die, and it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't be that way. You should be able to say whatever you want. You want to have comedy? What is wrong with that? What the hell is wrong with society, okay? Again, I think these people should be publicly executed. Hey, that's my opinion. Talk about getting your shit together. Hey, and on that note, let's go over to the Get Your Shit Together award because this is pretty wild. No, we're not giving it to the bozo who ran on the court of the European basketball game who got knocked out, by the way. Go check that out. That's pretty wild. We're giving it to this guy. This is pretty bad, pretty sad. St. Petersburg, Florida. This guy, John Junchuk, 25 years old, he threw his daughter over a bridge out the window. I mean, it's crazy. He was going 100 miles an hour in his PT Cruiser by a cop, stops at a bridge 62 feet feet drop, throws a 5-year-old girl who was alive at the time into the water. She dies. I mean, this is crazy. Another guy that should die, okay? Don't go through the legal system trying to get this guy off for whatever reason. He's got to die. You can't be killing children. Man, the world is pretty messed up. And on that note, let's go over to Throwback Thursday, something a little more positive, I hope. All right, here we go. What are we talking about? A gallon of gas was 89 cents. A postage stamp was 24 cents in 1987. Now, this was the first year I went to grad school, my first year at Kellogg. And a Ford Mustang you could buy for $9,000. Hey, talk about cheap. And the FDA approved the anti-AIDS drug AZT. I remember that. And a kitty litter was invented by Edward H. Lowe. It was also the year, and I remember this, it was October 19th. 1987, the stock market, U.S. stock market crashed. It dropped 508 points, 22.6% in one day. I remember this because I lost half of my portfolio because everybody was sell, sell, sell. Well, guess what? Everything followed suit, right? By the end of October, Australia fell 42%, Canada fell 22.5%, Hong Kong 46%, and the UK 26%. Well, guess what, people? This is a lesson to be learned because the stock market now is up around 18,000. Nothing goes straight up. No, it doesn't. If it does, you're going to come crashing down. That's for sure. So, hey, if it does, you better strap in and hang on. That's the way it goes, right? The world's not that simple. So, hey, have some courage, stay in there, and I'm Rich Tola. And remember, dreams do come true. But hey, what do I know?